So Gauteng Finance MEC Lebogang Maile is warning that the Emfuleni Municipality's ongoing financial troubles could lead to a full-blown service delivery collapse. Eskom has seized 4 bank accounts in an effort to recover billions in unpaid debt. Let's speak now to Owen, Witbooi, who is the Deputy Director General for Gauteng Finance and Economic Development. Owen, a good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, what do you make of this development, right? Is this a step in the right direction? I think that's a really great place to start. The accounts of Emfuleni attached as a result of 8 billion rand debt to Eskom.
Now, good evening, Naledi, to you and your listeners. Certainly, you know, when we look at Emfuleni, it's quite a complex municipality. One should also know that it's the biggest local municipality in the country. It's got a budget potential of about 7 billion rand. And the reality is, if Emfuleni's bank account remains attached, certainly Emfuleni cannot deliver basic services. In fact, it doesn't have access to its revenue. In other words, it also cannot pay creditors. In terms of the services that creditors even deliver to the municipality. Certainly the situation is not ideal. We have a number of municipalities within the province that have got payment arrangements with Eskom as it stands. And the reality is, in the case of Emfuleni, unfortunately, due to their financial situation, they've not been able to maintain their current accounts. And that then triggered Eskom to take formal action and to attach Emfuleni's bank account. One should also concede that Emfuleni has an obligation to pay Eskom, and Eskom has got an obligation, you know, to receive its revenue due to them in terms of the provision of electricity to the municipality.
Yeah, and one of the things that we've heard from the finance MEC is he's essentially described the situation as a bankrupt municipality. I mean, can you give us some of those mathematics once again? The numbers really of what's going in, what's going out?
I think the unfortunate part of Emfuleni, and as a provincial treasury, we have advised the municipality not to adopt an unfunded budget, and that is really at the heart of the problem in Emfuleni. If you look at the last 3 years, Emfuleni has adopted an unfunded budget. Ourselves and the National Treasury have advised the municipality against that. If we look at hardcore numbers, 3 years ago, the municipality adopted an unfunded budget. It means, in other words, it adopted a budget where it was 1.7 billion rand, you know, underfunded in terms of its expenditure obligations. And that then grew to about 1.7 billion. And that situation has certainly not improved. And we've allowed the municipality to adopt what we call an unfunded budget strategy, and that is to assist the municipality to deal with its fiscal challenges in the financial year as it's implementing its budget. Unfortunately, the municipality did not heed our advice, and that's why we are sitting, unfortunately, in a situation that we are sitting in.
I mean, 8 billion rand is a substantial amount of money, though, and one wonders really how we got to this point. You've got the Emfuleni MMC Hassan Mako, who has said that the reason why the municipality has been unable to pay the 8 billion it owes to Eskom is because of high unemployment, which, of course, limits revenue collection. I mean, is that a good enough, I suppose, reasoning that you're getting from the MMC in Emfuleni? And just how much interaction and feedback has the MMC been giving to the provincial office on what is going on in that municipality?
Look, if I can start with your last comment, the MEC for Finance have met with the municipality on 2 occasions in the last 5 days, and there's been a lot of interaction between ourselves, the mayor, and the MMC of the municipality in an effort to try and address some of these immediate challenges in the municipality. Certainly, the MMC is right to say that there's a high unemployment rate in Emfuleni municipality. But I think we also need to look at other elements that have contributed to this particular reality, in that Emfuleni, when it puts out its bills to its community, it needs to ensure that there's proper credit control and hard driving collection measures in the municipality to collect that revenue in order to pay for its services. And that's also been a big challenge in the municipality. You also look at the design of the budget in terms of the tariffs that it is charging its consumers. Those tariffs are not sufficient to cover the kind of income Emfuleni requires to pay Eskom, to pay Rand Water, and certainly that's why we're saying the budget needs to be addressed, as well as the tariff structure within the budget, because that is at the heart of the income stream of the municipality to do and to deliver on its constitutional obligation.
Yeah, those are, of course, functions that really should be in place. And you have an MMC who I imagine is tasked with ensuring that all of that does, in fact, happen. So what now happens to Hassan Mako when we move forward here? Because you've got a municipality who is quite likely going to be unable to provide services to its people.
Look, we met with the municipality today, led by the MEC. We met with the mayor, and in fact, the entire mayoral committee and the management team. And MEC was quite clear to them to say, and had given indication of what measures the MEC would want to hear them table in terms of what they are going to do. So we, by the end of next week, are going to table to the MEC a proposal in terms of the measures that the municipality is going to take. And the MEC was quite clear to say that those measures that we are going to agree with Emfuleni Municipality will be contained in the performance agreements of the management, in other words, the municipal manager, the chief financial officer, and certainly the performance agreements that the MMCs have with the mayor as well. Those measures will have to be included so that we can monitor the accountability in the municipality and also the management of the resolutions that we are going to take with the municipality. And we've spent quite a bit of time in the last couple of days giving significant guidance and advice to the municipality on where we believe they should focus on to address the problem.
Yeah, there's of course the question around what then is happening in other municipalities. I mean, let's talk a little bit about that. If you can see the example of accounts being attached with Emfuleni, what is happening with the other 82 billion rand that is owed to Eskom? Where are those accounts?
Look, unfortunately, I can only talk for Gauteng as I deal with Gauteng municipalities. So we have 11 municipalities. And I can indicate to you it is only Emfuleni at this point where there's an attachment. The other municipalities that are owing Eskom, there is a formal payment arrangement in place. And those municipalities are paying according to that payment arrangement. And our guidance to the municipalities have always been, if you are experiencing a challenge, do communicate proactively to Eskom and start a conversation. Don't wait until the problem is dire. And then, we try and engage Eskom on the challenges, because we have to deal with the reality that revenue collection is a challenge in our municipalities, and there are a number of factors that contribute to that.
Yeah, talk to me about what this means for service delivery, because of course the MECs talked about it, and I'm keen to hear just from an operational point of view what this means in your understanding for service delivery in Emfuleni. So where the accounts now have been attached, where does the flow of resources go? What does that look like for the provision of services?
So at the moment, obviously, residents still have the obligation to pay for their accounts, and those accounts will still go into what we call the primary bank account of the municipality. And what we are trying to foster in a discussion with Eskom is to try and see if there can be some allowance given to Emfuleni to access its bank account in order to draw immediate funding that it's needing to finance, service delivery obligations. But unfortunately, at this present moment, Emfuleni don't have access to its bank account. And unfortunately, service delivery has really halted because of not being able to access funding to pay for service delivery.
I mean, this is beyond concerning. What about salaries? Will they be paid?
Look, we have taken a very hard line with the municipality. Obviously, for us, service delivery is of primary importance. And we have even indicated to the municipality that we believe that its organizational structure is significant, and we believe that something needs to be done in terms of that. Although we concede that officials must be paid, but service delivery is of paramount importance, and that needs to take a first priority in terms of that.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone can disagree with that, but it's an important question as well around whether or not you are certain that residents, municipal workers in Emfuleni will be paid. So Are you able to answer that question? And as you do, maybe talk to me about whether or not you think that the challenge here is you have incompetent officials.
Look, I certainly cannot comment on the competency of the officials. I mean, you know, we have what we call a minimum competency program that municipal officials need to go through, and there's quite stringent requirements in terms of that. I mean, I only focus on the finance side. And then the one thing that I can indicate is, you know, we have a good working relationship with the CFO of Emfuleni, and certainly there's been a lot of technical support from our side also going into the municipality, you know, to try and assist the municipality in terms of its technical requirements.
Yeah, and that question around salaries. So just clarify for us. At the end of this month, workers of the municipality, will they get their salaries?
Look, at this particular point in time, their bank account is attached. There's currently a discussion between Emfuleni and the municipality in terms of trying to come to an agreement on an alternative arrangement that can be agreed to. And I'm hopeful that the municipality and Eskom can find some common ground, you know, before the payment of salaries is due to the municipality. Already, Emfuleni has communicated with Eskom, and we hope and we trust that that will be resolved before payment day.
Yeah, because the clock is ticking, and you know, payment day is...
No, certainly.
Yeah, is approaching very, very fast. Our head's going to roll. I mean, if we're at a point where residents of Emfuleni simply cannot rely on receiving services, and yet receiving their accounts and still needing to make their deposits and pay their rates and taxes. I mean, our head's going to roll where services aren't given, and now we have uncertainty around whether or not municipal workers will be paid.
Look, we certainly, Emfuleni is an independent municipality. It's got a governance structure, it's got a municipal council, and we trust that the municipal council will make the right decisions in terms of holding officials accountable. Obviously, they have their performance structures and their performance evaluation of staff. And if it is found, you know, that staff is found wanting in terms of, you know, their responsibilities, we certainly as a province expect the municipality to act against officials where it is found that they have not fulfilled their duties in terms of the contractual obligations with the municipality.
Yeah, because we're hearing that the view of provincial office is that dissolving the municipality is not an option that's being looked at the moment. So I imagine that many people will be wanting to see some level of accountability. How much accountability does the provincial office then take? The MEC, the finance, and your office, particularly on oversight and keeping a close eye on the finances of those municipalities?
No, certainly we take our oversight role very seriously, and that's why we've had a number of engagements over the last couple of days with the municipality. You know, certainly we write a number of compliance reports to the municipality, and where we express to the municipality, you know, our findings in terms of compliance, and we certainly expect the municipality to take a level of responsibility. And that's why in the past you would have seen the provincial government have intervened in Emfuleni. In fact, we have, in certain instances, actually taken over service delivery functions in that municipality under previous interventions. So certainly the province, we do stand ready to intervene if so required.
Yeah. Okay. I wanna wrap up with this.
Okay.
If I'm in the Emfuleni community, there is a burst pipe, for instance, or a service delivery issue. What do I do?
So certainly the municipality would have obviously a call line in terms of where they can log their queries as a municipality. And those call lines are normally available even on the municipal account that is issued to citizens and to residents. And certainly the municipality do have after-hour services that can respond to those burst pipes, or if there's an electrical matter within the municipality. We certainly had a discussion with the municipality today, and it was also clear that those services are in place when the need arises.